Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Life is Better with Music with Gavin and Mitchell. What a 2 days of prelims. What a
Yeah,
great 2 days.
fantastic performances from everyone.
We both watched prelims over Box 5 or the BOA Live, whatever you prefer. I was out today in the stadium live. As you can see, I got some, other side. Got some
Come on,
new
nerd.
BOA merch. Um, got the Bands of America, what,
Logo, yeah.
kind of windbreaker turtleneck going on.
That's kind of
Um,
nice. I like it. How much was that?
$44
Oh,
for a black turtleneck that's kind of light with a logo on it.
that's
And
more money than I have right now in my account.
then we got this.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I got my fiance a pair of uh, sweatpants. Yeah, sweatpants. I think.
Yeah.
With the B. It says BOA down the side,
Mm-hmm.
and
I might get
probably gonna.
something tomorrow. Maybe.
Oh,
We'll see.
I saw Kevin. I saw
Ah,
Kevin.
you saw my bird?
Well, not your bird. Everyone's bird.
My bird.
He wasn't in the like the little
Front?
sanctuary he normally is in
Really?
at
What?
first.
He's not in
But
his
the,
nest?
but then when we walked to the front, like to get our seats, we sat right on the 50 on the ground level basically, and
Nice.
he's right there. He was on the field at first, and
Ah,
then
homie is chilling on the field.
yeah, and then they brought him up later on when we went shopping, and we saw him there too. So
Saw him in
he's
his nest.
yeah, he's been touring around the stadium,
Bro,
needless to
let's go.
say. Um, some
Let's
of the
go.
some of the bands today I saw, big names. We got Marian Catholic. We got Broken Arrow. We got
What were your
Tarpon
thoughts on Marian
Springs.
Catholic?
I'll get to that. I'm just saying, like the big dogs I saw. Um, Lakota East was today.
They are performing right now. Speak of the devil.
Um, then there was another group this morning. Oh,
Mo and
Mustang
Gene
High
Johnson.
School,
Johnson.
Mo and
Mo
Gene
and Gene Johnson.
Johnson. Probably my favorite out of today was Mustang, out of
I'm
Mustang,
telling you, we
Oklahoma.
love
Oh
Mustang.
my
We love
lord,
Mustang shows.
that
The
show
dinosaur
was
show, the shark show, and now prom. Hey,
that
yo.
show is just so fun.
Yeah.
Like all their colors, it kind of reminded me of Blue Stars this year, with like all the different colors and like not the same theme, but it was just all the
Uh,
different colors they were going
Speaking of,
for.
I learned a couple things about that this week.
Of Blue Stars.
About their show. It was actually supposed to be about Russian stuff, but when they were designing the show and when our homies from the East started to go say, okay, I'm gonna walk into Ukraine and it's mine now, they were like, yeah, we can't do that.
They went, okay,
We can't.
we'll go Game of Thrones
We don't
instead.
know. They're like, well, we're gonna salvage this. It's a love story somehow.
Um, there was one tiny group like that we saw right before, because we left a little early today, as you
Yeah.
heard Mitchell say. Um, but we saw a lot of big groups, and the groups that I wanted to see today, I expect we'll see them tomorrow in semis.
Yes.
I
I would
very
assume so.
highly expect we'll see the groups that I really wanted to see, but I got a friend, Griffin, I got to go see that he'll be up in semis and finals with us tomorrow, but gonna go down see his area of town. But
Going to IU.
yeah, basically. But
Ohio State plays
overall,
IU tomorrow.
off topic. Um, but overall, from the shows I've seen via live, and I'll keep watching throughout the day, um, and the ones I saw live today, all great shows. A lot of
Yeah.
bands are kicking butt today.
Yeah.
Tarpon, my home team. Speaking of, I guess this is kind of the most similar show to the one we're doing this year, Revolution Remix to Urban Legend. My one complaint is I'll start with the positive first. I think this horn line is probably one of our strongest horn lines the organization has had musically. I think it is a very strong music horn line. But I think the run visually was not as good as
That's the
I've
comments
seen.
I've been getting. I've been
And
getting the comments of they're very dirty, very, very dirty.
and I think it's just because they're really focusing on that music and they're focusing on the technicality of that music, that they're
Hmm.
kind of letting that lower body responsibility fizzle in regards to the last time we were in Indy with RP1 my sophomore year, where we were really focused on both at the same time, especially our lower body because we had
I
Johnny
just
Escalante choreography.
I just didn't think that Tarpon really gave me that oomph that they usually do. Like I know it's a different program, I know it's a different group of kids,
Especially and new
and
directors, a bunch of new
right,
directors too.
right. It's just I just didn't know. I just didn't really it didn't jive with me. Like I like the show. I think it's a cool concept. And then I also just don't like how it's too soloistic. I don't like shows that are super soloistic. I think it's more important to be playing with an
You
ensemble.
you know how I am about that. I agree with you
Yeah.
completely. Because
Yeah.
again, remember what I said when Boston's show this year first came out? A Boston
Too
alumni.
soloistic, yeah.
I was like, it kind of seems too soloistic. But then as I saw it be performed, I was like, okay, that makes more sense.
And I
But
just
with
wasn't like it just was it was a little underwhelming for me like musically too. Like I was kind of expecting more and that just could be the live stream that I was watching. So
in
I'm gonna
person, it
wait
was
to
pretty. The
like
music was pretty great. Because again, we were
I'm gonna wait
basically
to hear it. I'm gonna wait
front
to
and
hear it at
center.
Nats finals. I'll probably be seat hopping a little bit. I'll be in the Carmel block for Carmel. Actually, Tarpon drew a pretty good performance time for finals too. Like I think they'll be on like right before Carmel.
uh, I don't even want to think about finals right now. I want to think
Yeah,
semis. Who
I
we'll
want to
see
give
in
a shout out
semis?
to. I want to give a shout out to Marion Catholic because I was very impressed with what Marion Catholic did. I
Oh,
think they did
Marion
a
Catholic show
really
was
good show.
great.
I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed. I thought Lincoln Way last night was cool. Mustang was hype. Mo
I
and G
love
Johnson
Mustang
has a
show.
cool show this year. I like the
Yeah,
whole Texas Hold'em.
I
Texas
literally,
Hold'em?
I texted Mitchell because he was still in bed when I was watching Mo and Gene
Yeah, it
Johnson
was.
live. I was like, they're making finals. Like,
I
there's
think
no
they
way.
are.
I think
Fishers has
that
a really good show. Brownsburg is a really good show. Centerville, I'm not as big on, but I think they did. From what word of mouth that I have heard, is that they had a good run today. Lakota West was kind of interesting. Um, East was East. Mason was really damn good yesterday. I was so happy about that. I was just like, dude, this is awesome. I was sitting with Kevin, and Kevin and I were watching for both Carmel and Avon. My my boys killed it. I still think that they're gonna, even after seeing Broken Arrow today, I still think it's gonna be a very close fight for the Eagle
I
between those two
think
programs. I don't know.
with seeing Broken Arrow live today, I think Broken Arrow is taking another Kevin home. I think their
I mean, I could
show
see it.
their show visually and musically. Again, I was sitting right there. I could see
Right.
visual ticks. I could hear music ticks, and I heard none, and
Really?
I saw none. And again, that with a big band, you can hide the visual ticks deeper in the ensemble. Trust me, I know. Um,
Right.
we watched a bunch of bands on the sideline this year throughout even Ohio circuit, like the state circuit of Ohio. Like with Grove City, like we would see some out of time feet and
Yeah,
kind of towards the
Forest Hills
back.
was cool too. Forest Hills performed last night and they were really cool. I actually really enjoyed them. Did you see Forest Hill show this year?
I haven't no,
They
but
were
like,
good. They were good.
if they make semis, then I'll see it live.
Yeah, I think they will.
Um, but
Sorry,
there's, but,
tangents.
yeah, you took me off my thought. But no,
Visual
like
ticks with Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow, it's definitely not the 2018 Broken Arrow I know, and I like it. I like the
Yeah,
Broken Arrow that's just popped out tonight, and
yeah.
what they did last year. They're coming back for that, Kevin. They are defending their championship. They are defending it well. So even if they do get second, third, they still put
No,
up a fight, and it's
no,
just night
no.
one. That's just night
It's
one
just
for
that
them.
one. And I've heard from more people than not that I've heard they're giving Carmel the slight edge, like very razor thin margin, solely because of solely because of Carmel's ensemble sound. Because you'll hear it in person. I'm telling you, dude, that
I
ensemble
just don't think
sound.
I don't think Caramel's got the GE to beat Broken Arrow's GE.
It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on what the judges are gonna value more. Are they gonna value more musical GE, which I think is where Caramel excels more than visual GE, or are they gonna value the visual GE from Broken Arrow more than that? And it's gonna also rely on. It's also gonna come down to where Caramel and Broken Arrow respectively. So like where Caramel stacks up in visual GE and where Broken Arrow
Hmm.
stacks up in musical GE. I
And
think it's gonna be really close. I don't think we see like more than a point 0.2 score gap between them.
I'm, and this is my thing. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible.
No, no,
If
I am too.
if
I genuinely am.
from just today, the bands I watched,
Oh,
if
they
I
definitely win. They win. Yeah, no, you're
yeah,
right.
they definitely win.
No, I'm not
But
gonna
if
disagree there.
if I was to do kind of like best Viz, best music, best GE, I'm gonna be giving best music to, honestly, like, and this is where it may draw up controversy. I'm gonna give it to either Mustang or Broken Arrow. Like Mustang sounded
Mustang.
so good. Like
That's an interesting one.
sitting that close to them. Like in this,
I would have
you
thought
know,
you said Tarpon because
and I
I've
mean
heard a lot of people say music's
Tarpin's in that ballpark. Like they're in there as well. But just Mustang's show really spoke to the heart for some reason. It's just colorful. It got
yeah,
me into their show. Their show flew by for me, which means it was a good show. If
yeah.
their show flies by to where I don't even care about time. I'm not like, who's next? Like, they drew you into the show, and I guess I should say like it's mainly probably Tarpon, Broken Arrow,
Yeah.
Mustang's up there, but Mustang just had a great sound. Same with Mo and
And
Gene
that's
Johnson.
awesome. Yeah, that's
Um,
awesome. Good to hear that
visually,
because I'm curious.
visually, Broken Arrow. I think broken like
Yeah.
their technique, fly across the horn line. Tarpon was a little messy, just from how I
Yes.
saw it. Again, I was right on the 50.
I
Like we
saw
were like
I saw the same thing. I saw
like
mess.
you
I
know
saw
that
it was a little
50
dirty.
mic. You know that
Yeah.
where the mic is on the 50. We were about 5 rows back, and
Mhm.
like one seat to the left of that.
I
So we
see.
were on the 50. Like
Yeah.
like her and I
I
were
just
splitting the 50 yard line.
I just don't know how I feel about that visual program. It's a lot of light, bright, flashy colors, but I think they're putting more of an emphasis on music. Um, and I think I asked Isaac about this actually as well. He saw there were a lot of things that popped up today that have never popped up before.
For Tarpon.
Yes,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what he told me.
It was Griffin and I were talking about that as well. That
Really?
it's from how it looked like the other day. It was an awkward run. First time in Lucas
Yeah, I
Oil.
was gonna say I'd probably
RP
chalk it
one
up to that.
RP1 year prelims. The same thing happened to us. Some things
Really?
happened. Our adrenaline got up. Some things happened that didn't normally happen. That's what happens when we don't get to be in Lucas Oil Stadium 3 times throughout the season.
Hey!
Um,
Don't shoot the messenger.
then, and then GE wise, that's, and I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. It's Tarpon or Mo and Gene Johnson for me, and Broken Arrow's up there too.
Really?
But the poker show loved it, like the
Oh,
Texas
I think
Hold'em
that's a
show.
really cool. I think
That's a
that's a
cool
really
show.
cool ingenious
And
idea.
like my
That's a
fiance was
very
like,
cool.
"Who would think about that? Like, who thought of this? Like, that's a cool idea."
That's a
Tarpon's
crazy.
just Tarpon goes all out GE, and it's kind of like they're kind of like, I guess you could say, the Blue Coats in a way.
Yeah.
We try and hit all those GE marks, popping out. Like ever since RP1 when we shifted into Revolution Remix, we really have kind of just tried to bring the audience and crowd please and try to get the general effect points that way. And like that show, like Urban
Yeah.
Legends, definitely a crowd pleaser. You can just
No,
tell.
and I like
Like,
it. I really enjoy it. Do I think
like
it's ego worthy? I don't know.
I don't
After
think it's
seeing it,
like it's a great show.
oh, it's definitely a great show.
If we took any of the dogs out, like Broken Arrow, say Broken Arrow and Carmel and Avon weren't in it, Tarpon would win,
Oh,
like
100%.
hands down. But and that's where like again, I want my group to win. I always do. Obviously, I want Tarpon to win. It would be great for our organization if we won, but I also try and have an unbiased opinion to where I'm thinking
Yeah.
Carmel's big, they get to perform in Lucas Oil a couple times. They get used to the sound. They get used to the field. They know how to play for these Indianapolis judges and how to get to these BOA panels really well. And their book writes to that. Same with Avon. I know you hate to admit it. I think Avon and Carmel in my eyes are the same thing. But Carmel plays better. Avon does GE better. And that's just because they go out and
Who
cover.
moves better though? I'm curious what your thoughts on that. Who moves
I think
better?
that's a pretty even game. I think that depends on the night. But then when we throw Broken Arrow in there, I think Broken Arrow does all three very, very well. And that kind of knocks Avon and Carmel out. And Tarpon's like that mini Broken Arrow. Like they do all three well, but per show we let something drop. It's either
My
music
thoughts
drops
are
or
that
visual drops.
it's just I agree to a certain extent. However, I would like to argue a counterpoint of musically, I think that especially this year, I think we are much stronger than Avon.
I said Carmel was stronger
Well,
musically.
no. I'm getting to where I'm visually, I think they might be a little as much as it pains me to say.
I think it depends on the night. I think depends on your adrenaline.
I would like to also disagree on the GE though. I think Carmel has a better job of doing getting.
It
the
depends
GE.
on the. I think it depends on the year.
Yeah.
If it was the Voyage to Valhalla show,
Oh, that wins.
that would beat this show for Avon, definitely.
Oh, all
But
day.
this show against this show, I think Avon GE kind of peaks you just a little bit. Just
We'll
a little
see.
bit.
I mean,
Again, we also got
that's
to
been
remember
the thing the entire year for us. Though.
You've
Like
both
that's been our knock.
you've tossed off. They took BOA Super. You guys took ISMA. I would say BOA Super is more important since we're now in BOA Grand Nats, but again, ISMA is still a big part for your organization that you guys flip-flopped. Just like
Yeah.
in 2016, whatever you think the curse is going to happen, that same curse that happened in 2016 was the fourth place Bruckner curse that happened to Tarpon. I don't
Hey.
think Broken Arrow's getting fourth place. I think they're going to break that curse.
I also
And
heard
it-
a rumor today that there was a prelims penalty on Broken Arrow for being over the time limit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I
The
wouldn't
show
either.
felt like they were long.
It did, and they were thinking like I've heard people throw around the number 3, as in 3 whole points.
That's a big penalty then.
Yeah,
That's definitely a timing thing. Well, and the thing is, if it is,
if it is,
that doesn't take down their performance though.
no,
The
no,
judges
I'm
will
not
still be
gonna
like,
knock
"Oh,
that.
they performed great. Just a penalty because of timing over. Just
Yeah.
probably a prop problem or something. It was probably
We'll
they didn't
see.
push on fast enough, something like that.
Probably something
But-
like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I just
Like we
that's
still
what
got
I've
2
been heard.
nights.
No, we've still got 2. Well, we got 2 performances, not 2 nights. Tomorrow it all
Well,
ends.
I consider it 2 nights, but
That's fair. It all ends tomorrow.
Well, and this is the funny thing. They have us leave the stadium. They say 5:30 we have to start leaving. And
What
then
time does finals start?
6:30 they open the gates back up.
Okay, so finals starts at like 8, right?
8. There's and then class winners perform before that.
Right.
If
Okay.
they're-
Cool.
if they're
I'm
not
just trying
in
to figure out
finals.
for my
Yeah.
travel concerns as well.
So
I
you'll
need
be
to figure out-
fine.
I should
Like,
be fine. Yeah, I should
as
be there
long-
around like 6:37.
7:30 they'll do class performances if they're
Or,
not
yeah,
in
or
finals.
something like that.
So
Yeah.
4A
Yeah.
probably won't happen. 2A probably won't happen because they'll be up in finals.
It'll be
stuff
it'll
like
be
that.
only 1A, and 1A
Yeah.
I think is a Kentucky sweep. But we'll see.
Well, again, today and yesterday, great shows. I'm excited to see
Oh, for sure.
the 2, shows that the one show we see from some groups and the 2 shows and maybe even a third for whoever takes it all.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot closer than we were thinking. I
do too.
I think Tarpon's top 4.
I'm
think
not gonna argue
obvious-
that.
I think the top 4.
Mason, although Mason's kind of a wild card for you guys because I don't know, man. That Mason show,
I don't know.
they
I don't
look
think
real damn good.
The
They
GE
look real damn good.
They could have taken it in prelims over us, but I'm telling you, I think the GE and
we'll
Tarpon
see.
show's so out there.
Here,
that,
let's just
that was
say
one of
this.
the heaviest prop shows I've seen us do
Yeah.
in a while too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
top 5,
so
top 5 regardless. Top 5, like no debate, no top 5 hands down.
Well, and I think that's our top five is Avon, Carmel, Broken Arrow, Tarpon, and Mason.
Oh, 100%. I don't
And
see anyone else getting in the middle of that.
and I swear, like if one of those groups, like a Mustang or Mo and Gene Johnson, throws their hat in there somehow,
And just says, screw it,
like
we're going.
and they somehow like get up there too, that would be insane. Like
I
I
would
would have
love
no
to see
problem
that.
if either of those shows won. Mustang or Mo and Gene Johnson, they were both
They will
so
not win.
good.
They will
They
not
were
win.
so good.
Peace and
Like
love. As much as I love a Texas Hold'em show, yeehaw.
that
Um,
show was great.
I would also like to shout out Prosper today. Prosper played and looked well.
Oh,
They looked
Prosper did do well.
Prosper. I like the uniforms. I really like the uniforms. Those are cool.
I'm
I
trying to
think they could
remember the
definitely make
uniform.
finals. They were like light blue, kind of.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Those are cool. Those are cool shows. But I really think that our top five is. I think Carmel and Broken Arrow have the best shot to win. I think I
I
think
th-
that they're close, and I think neither band is going to win by more than like point 0.2 or point
I
0.3.
well, you never know. Like
Right.
in 2018, almost everybody thought top two or at least top three was going to be like
Carmel Tarpon,
Carmel,
Carmel
Tarpon, and
Tarpon, Broken
BA.
Arrow. Yeah.
Like, but then Tarpon and Broken Arrow were fourth and fifth. Like it was,
Yeet.
and everyone was like,
What do you
"What?"
mean? Yep. I
Like
still remember standing next to y'all saying, "What the heck? This is
every
wrong."
the whole field, you can just start hearing
I
like
probably, I
mumbling.
probably
Like
look, I probably looked right at you at that point. I'm gonna be honest with you.
like no, like
I probably looked right
that
at
whole
you.
field. It's like end in fifth place. Tarpon Springs, High School, blah, blah, and everyone's just like, "What?
Hello, Nani?
What?" Like, and all of us like just let go. Like we all just like,
I saw that, and I'm just like, man,
like,
that's rough.
but in the end of the day, that was our best performance of the
Yeah,
season.
no, you leave it
What?
all on the field, regardless of
Yeah.
the
Well,
judges say.
and that's what I hope all these bands get to do the next two like
I mean,
shows.
even the bands that don't
Is
get the next performance, I hope that they left it all on the field, and I
yeah,
hope they gave it their best shot because
like
they absolutely. We have
whenever your
100
last
bands here,
show.
100 bands. They nailed it. A lot. I haven't seen a show that I really haven't disliked, and as much as I say
I
that,
think every show
you
today has
know the
been
show.
well.
You
Like
know
I've
the shows I
had.
disliked, but
Oh, I
there are
know.
show. You know the shows I disliked, but they have all been performed well. That is how I will say that.
Well, and that's the thing. Like all the bands I saw today, I think if it was their last show, they would have been happy with it. And tomorrow, like obviously the bands that move into tomorrow morning and then tomorrow evening, I hope each show gets better to where their last
Yeah.
performance, whether it is semis, finals, or encore, or even if they have a show after this, is their best run of the season.
Yeah.
You always want
Yeah.
to put it all out because your whole season, who cares
I
about scores? No one
no.
cares. What matters is
No.
that you built the show up and your last show is your best show and that you had fun
I
doing it.
just really I am very excited to see what happens tomorrow for semis because I really think actually I have heard actually one interesting opinion what Kevin told me today because he watched both Carmel or he watched all three Carmel, Broken Arrow, Avon, our top consensus picks. He said Broken Arrow and Carmel are a toss up and Avon is not near that. Which his thing for him
I don't know if
is
we'll
the show
fully
theme.
gauge
His thing
until
for him
they're
is the
all.
show theme and then the performance quality and the ensemble sound. Because Broken Arrow, they might have had a little bit of a crass sound. They might have had a little bit of a harsher sound, but it works with the show, and I respect that.
Over the edge. But in my thing,
Right.
I don't know if we're going to be able to really gauge. I think we can
No.
really gauge well Carmel and Avon and Broken Arrow and Tarpon together. But I don't think we can gauge Broken Arrow into Carmel Avon land just yet because they didn't perform the same day.
However,
I
we
think
will see Avon and Broken Arrow tomorrow, one after another in
that's what
semis.
I'm saying. Tomorrow morning, I think that block, whatever we see, whatever order it is, I think that's when, we're going to be able to step back and be like, okay, here's our top two. Like, this should be top two tonight. And I'm excited regardless.
Oh,
And
I am too.
I think regardless of who wins it all, I think the shows will be great.
Yeah,
I hope it's Broken Arrow that wins. Personally, I obviously want Tarpon to win, but I just think Broken Arrow has that sound and
I could see
visual
them
from
winning.
today that I think Broken Arrow has a high chance to take it all. Without, and I'm not saying Carmel and Avon aren't going to put up a
No,
fight for it,
no,
but
they're gonna put up a fight. They're gonna fight
if
like hell
BA
for that.
if BA gets 2 in a row, then
I'm
guess
not
what?
upset.
They gotta come back next year. Maybe they'll do a part 3.
Please God, no. Please get that crap out of here.
They'll do a part 3
No,
this time.
screw part three, screw part threes, screw part twos. But
No,
either
listen.
way,
For part 2, they are doing it very well, and that's
okay, I'll
something
give them that.
you can't
I'll give
usually
them that.
say that.
No, I'll give
Bluecoats,
them that.
their part 2 was not that good.
Ooh.
Just
Hey,
saying.
oh, can I also point out my one knock on a singular band today?
Oh, the Beast trombone feature from whoever
No,
played that.
wait, who played that? Who played
There's-
that?
There's a band
Wait,
who
no,
played
I'm
the.
talking about the SCV. I'm talking about the
Oh,
SCV.
well,
The
there was like
no
there was like
trumpet screamer.
three SCV moments today. What band was
Are you
this?
kidding me? That's agonizing and
Who-
pain. That's
Wait,
toxic.
hold on.
It's okay.
Trying to s-
Beechwood's gonna play. Beechwood's gonna
It
play
was
great.
O'Fallon. It was O'Fallon who played the Beast trombone feature.
No,
It was O'Fallon.
no,
O'Fallon,
no,
another
no,
great
there's
band
no
today.
way.
I hope O'Fallon makes finals. I love O'Fallon. All their trombones came to the front, and I just hear. I'm like. Like
Cringe.
my fiance heard me just start
Cringe.
laughing because I was like, because my 2 of the trombone players at Licking Heights, and speaking of which, the Licking Heights staff came today too.
Oh, that was nice.
The 3 directors, and they were sitting a little bit above me, and I turned around. I'm like, I feel like I see one of them, and then I'm like, oh, it's him. He has his grumpy face on. I can tell from anywhere. So I waved at them, and they saw me. But back to the point. 2 of the students there, trombone players, I showed them that, and then they wanted to play it, and I was like, if they're watching this right now, I guarantee you they're like, that's the thing Mr. Ray tried to have us to play. Like,
Oh my god.
I started freaking out, and then my fiance, she really likes Babylon. So anytime, like when that stuff started coming on, that ballad, I was like,
Ooh.
do you recognize this? She's like, kind of.
Well, you know what? I texted you immediately.
I know.
I texted you immediately.
I
I'm just
felt
like,
my phone.
ooh,
I
this
felt
is
my phone
bad.
blowing up, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for the moment to be done. I know it's Mitchell. So, I thought you were gonna
know
text
it's
me.
raging.
I thought you were gonna text me after the Beast feature.
Oh, I wasn't watching for the Beast feature. When was that? I was in a lesson.
It was in O'Fallon Township.
I was
Love
in a
O'Fallon.
lesson probably. Yeah, we love
Oh my
we love
lord.
Tarptown.
And
But yeah,
like I was trying to get.
Alright.
I got the ending of it, but overall, very,
hell of a
very
2 days. Congrats to every band
great
that made it out
2 day.
here. You know this.
Yeah, seriously.
We're gonna
Everyone
hear
had a
some
great show.
Shenanigans tonight. I can guarantee you with the semifinals results or with the prelims results, we're gonna hear some shenanigans.
Oh, and
There are some very good bands that are only going to get one performance this week, and
I know,
which
and that's
sucks,
sad.
But at the
'cause
same time,
I think honestly, this is probably.
this just
I
speaks to
think
how deep the semifinals pool is.
without this being like with there not being 40 Texas bands here,
Right.
I think this is probably one of the best Bands of America lineups that we've had in a while.
I will say,
Like I think
Speaking-
there's a
looking
lot
ahead
of
to next
good
year,
bands.
I have
Like-
heard a rumor.
Well, I
I've
don't want to
heard a
hear no
rumor.
rumors.
I've heard the
Nope.
number 9 being floated around for amount of Texas bands coming next year. 9 so far.
Hey, Tarpon won't go.
Yeah,
We
I know
probably
you
won't be
won't.
going.
I know you. I know
you guys can have fun. I wonder.
I know.
I wonder.
We're gonna fight
wonder,
Hebron. It's gonna be great.
Like, if Broken Arrow's gonna come back, because there's always been like talk about Broken Arrow not
Broken
coming
Arrow-
back.
Well, Broken
this
Arrow is
happening.
3 years on, 1 year off, and so I think that this is gonna be their. Wait, 21, 22. No, it's 2 years on, and then 2 years off.
But
Wait,
my
no, 2
question
years
is,
on and 2 years on and 1 year off.
so then my question is, what if they win? They have
That
to
will
come
definitely
back.
be a decision. I know. At least they're doing that.
You
Unlike
can't-
a certain
can't-
band that
Unless you
didn't.
live in like Florida or
I'm not gonna say a
California.
name. I'm not
Like,
gonna say a name.
you can't win and then not come back. I already know who you're talking about. You can't just win and not come back.
It's like a
Obviously,
hit and run.
financials suck, but like Oklahoma's a lot closer than Florida, and Broken Arrow is a huge program, huge.
And
Uh,
also the fact of don't be a coward. Just kidding. I'm joking. Joking.
Whatever.
Joking. Hit and run is not a good thing.
Besides for that, everyone, no, regardless of if you're making it the semis or finals,
Yeah,
um,
congratulations on a great season.
congrats. Great show, great season. You put it all out there. We saw the blood, sweat, and tears of your whole season, and that's respectable among many regards. And that will probably call it for today. So this will go up on the day of semis and finals, so tomorrow, or today for you. And we won't have a separate semifinals episode just because we won't really be able to record between semis and finals because he's traveling and I'm in the city. So Monday we'll be recording, talking about kind of prelim scores, semi scores. It'll mainly be about semis and finals and how finals turned out. We'll watch a couple of finals videos, see, we'll probably watch like top clips of top 12, maybe watch bigger clips of top 6, top 3 to see kind of those marks that really determined who's going to win tomorrow, and see who was like the first couple out of finals from the
It
semi
all ends
scores,
tomorrow.
and see who was first out of semis with prelims, because again we won't get that till later tonight since we're
Right.
recording this right now. But regardless, right now, so whoever wins tonight, congratulations. We'll talk about you technically Monday, but you won't see it till next Wednesday. But congrats to whoever wins. Hopefully Broken Arrow.
I
Hopefully
mean,
Tarpon, but
okay,
I
bud.
love
All
I
right,
love
all
my
right.
core. Not my core. I do love my core, but I love my group. I love my school.
Dirty,
But the visual book was just not there today, sadly.
dirty, dirty, dirty.
And I know Tarpon, we can look good visually. We have
Oh
looked
no,
very
you
good.
you
Like
definitely
RP
can look
one,
good visually.
whoo, RP one,
Yeah,
we look great. But
yeah.
enough rambling. So we'll catch y'all. I can't say next week, but we'll catch y'all next Wednesday when we have the results for semis and finals and what we thought, and we'll dive into some clips, and hopefully you're all enjoying
Yeah.
this intense weekend
Oh yeah.
because it's going to be a long off
It's
season.
it's gonna be a long weekend. It's gonna be a long weekend, dude. I'm telling you, I have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, then do a football game, and then drive immediately to Indy.
Oh, boo hoo!
It sucks, and I'm not gonna be going to bed till like 3 in the morning tomorrow. You already know.
Too bad.
I
You signed up.
know. I
You
did sign
signed
up
up
for
for it.
this. This is what I get, but
I
it's
mean,
fine.
after finals, we're not going to get to sleep much. We're going to be driving up to Minnesota the next day.
Ew.
So, but yeah, that's all. So make sure you're watching these shows and digging into them just as much as we are, and let us know in the comments what shows you enjoy the most. I keep doing the other side. This is very
We
comfortable.
love
Love Bands of
BOA.
America. So, thanks for all tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next Wednesday. Peace out.